Okay, so according to the ever reliable Tim Spears, Vitinha's loan expires tomorrow, or the option to, and Wolves haven't made a decision on him. And same with Ait-Nouri, and it's kind of split people on Twitter, and I can kind of understand why. Um, I mean, I'm going to explain why I personally wouldn't buy Vitinha. I think Ait-Nouri is a 100% guarantee. I'd definitely buy Ait-Nouri, but it's kind of split a lot of people, and I can understand why, because of the whole Gonçalves situation, and you don't want to let like a star player leave, right? You don't want to kind of become, you know how people always say like, oh, Chelsea let Lukaku go and De Bruyne go and Salah go, but I don't think Wolves are in a position where we can do that. Apparently 38 million would be the price for both of them. That's two first team starters, and look, Vitinha's not a bad footballer. He's not like, obviously 520 minutes is so limited. I don't really want to talk about his numbers too much. I mean, I'll speak about them in a minute. But the biggest issue for me with Vitinha, right, is Wolves have to be 100% certain on this. Like, and to me, the fact that they still haven't made their mind up, even though it expires tomorrow, to me that suggests Wolves have no idea if he's good enough or not, or Bruno Lage doesn't know if he's good enough or not, or Scott Sellers. And if you're Wolves and you're spending 20 million on a about to turn 22-year-old, who's, don't get me wrong, his numbers are okay. He's clearly very good on the ball and clearly dribble out tight spaces. He can clearly defend a bit as well. But there's nothing there that's like so incredible that you have to buy him. And Wolves clearly aren't certain. So if Wolves aren't certain yet, they're kind of just buying him based on a gamble. And I don't think we can gamble 20 million pound on a kid that his numbers are good. They're okay. They're fine for someone that's got limited minutes. But the thing that worried me as well is that Tim Spears said something about how Bruno Lage might not actually play 4-4-2, and he might actually play, like, everyone's kind of assuming this would be the side, right? But he said something about potentially playing, maybe still staying with a 3 at the back or a 4-2-3-1, and that would worry me if I was Vitinha. And I know people keep speaking about these Portugal under 21 games. I watched them as well. He was very good, but so's Eddie Nketiah. I don't think anyone would be happy if we signed Eddie Nketiah. His England under 21 record's mad. I don't think we can really judge anything. And this is my issue. Like, in Vitinha, there's no sample. There's no sample to judge him on at Wolves or at Porto's senior side. So we're kind of just buying him based on he might be great. And if they were so confident of that, they would have bought him by now. Like, they wouldn't be taking so long. So that's why I personally wouldn't buy Vitinha. I'd just save that money. If we're going to let go of Ruben Neves, and basically that's the rumoured price for Ruben Neves, and we're replacing him with a 20-year-old who we have no idea if he's good enough or not. Or sorry, a 21-year-old who we don't know if he's good enough or not. And Ait-Nouri. No, look, Ait-Nouri I'd be all over. Ait-Nouri's great. His numbers are really good for a young wing back. He's clearly very good on the ball. He's a good dribbler. He gets involved in attacking play. He's a good presser, which is always good for a young wing back. Obviously, his defensive numbers aren't great, but that's just playing in a back five. That's what happens. His numbers are very similar to Semedo, actually. Obviously, he's played less, so it's a smaller sample size. I fully admit that. He's got the same goals and assists as Semedo as well, but I think if Semedo's worth 35 million, Ait-Nouri's definitely worth 20. He's so much younger. Yeah, he's 8 years younger than Semedo. Ait-Nouri's just a garrett. I'll go. If we do sign him, I'll go more into these numbers in detail. But Ait-Nouri, we have to buy Ait-Nouri. But Vitinha's just, personally, like, you can let me know what you think in the comments, but it's too much of a risk for me. Look, if we buy him, I don't have an issue with it, but I don't trust the club that they're 100. You know how Jeff Shee always comes out and talks about Fabio Silva and how great he is? Do Wolves really have that faith in Vitinha? I don't think so. Otherwise, we would have bought him by now, in my opinion. But look, we'll see what happens in the next few days. Subscribe to the channel. I've already done a video on Ait-Nouri, so if you want to watch that, check it out. But subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think of Ait-Nouri. Would you sign him? Would you pay £38 million for the both of them? I feel like you kind of have to pick one or the other personally, and I'll be way more confident in my boy Ray and Ait-Nouri. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe, like the video, and peace.